rivalry for Miles. Those two huge threes. Can you just take me through what that was like towards the end of the game and how cool that was to hit those shots?
I mean, I think I just had the easy part, just stay open. The first three I got was from Jaylin Hunter. He came off the ball screen and found me wide open in the corner, and that's what we've been practicing all week in practice. We knew they were going to hard show in the ball screens and that the corners were going to be open, and Jaylin did a good job of hitting me in the corner, and I got the shot up. In the second three, I think A.J. Sheldon gave me the one more pass, and again, I was just wide open. He made the one more, and we were able to score 3 points.
Yeah, kind of adding on to that, especially for you being a veteran member of the team, just to have that kind of moment to help win the game, especially such an important conference game, just what does it mean for you and just kind of how fulfilling, how fun is that?
I mean, I think it just means everything for our team and this university. Going into the game, I just wanted to do anything it took to win, whether it was make an open three, play defense, rebound, whatever the case may be. And at that very moment, it was to make that three, and Ohio University scored, so that's all that matters.
Aiden Crowley, WAB. You guys, this is for either of you guys, but you guys play with a lot of emotion as a team. Can you talk about what that final moment was at the end with the fans and everything? And just, it felt like everything kind of just culminated in that.
No, it was great. Just seeing all the fans, just like always, just thank you to them coming out, showing support. But just, I mean, I think for me and Miles personally, just us being our senior year, these are moments that you ain't going to get back next year. So it's just cool to see. And then obviously just for our team, it's just a big morale boost getting this win. Hopefully we can keep it pushing.
Andrew Mobley, WB. You guys obviously didn't get off to the offensive start I think you wanted. Just what started to click in that second half and what started to work for you guys on the offensive end?
At halftime, Coach just talked about energy and effort and how theirs exceeded ours. So going into the second half, we knew we had to have exactly that energy and effort and toughness, But we did exactly that. We made a bunch of energy plays. We got the 50 balls that we needed, and we were able to come out victorious.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. So obviously after back-to-back games where you guys gave up 80-plus points, kind of what adjustments did you guys make to only give up 57 to Kent State today?
Just watching those games, learning from it, knowing that we could be better, we have shown better, and just putting it all together. It's usually one or two things that mess us up, especially late in the shot clock. But we wanted to have a big emphasis, obviously, us being a smaller team, boxing out all five of us, not just the bigs, and then limiting their transition points. And I don't think they had any points off our turnovers today, if I'm correct. So we did a good job at that.
There are a lot of guys diving on the floor, very physical and emotional way. What can you guys take from this game heading into the last couple of games in the MAC?
Just making game-winning plays, and not just down the stretch in the second half, but early on in the first half. Because at the end of the game, we know we can go back and nitpick a play that we could have had done better in the first half that could impact winning in the second half. So just making game-winning plays throughout the whole game.
It seems like in big moments, you guys look for the extra pass almost instead of the shot. Just talk about the trust you have in a team and the five guys on the floor late in the game.
I would say that's what we pride ourselves on. A lot of us have been together now for going on to 2 years and stuff like that. So I feel like our chemistry is starting to hit hopefully our peak and stuff like that. And we just trust each other. Trust is the number one thing you need to build a successful team, and we've been just trying to do that through the wins and losses.
Jaylin, you might have mentioned this earlier, but despite maybe not a great shooting night, only 8 turnovers, what does that say kind of about the ball security of the night, and how did that help?
Actually, that's been one of our strengths this whole year, just trying to keep single-digit turnovers. Coach mentioned I think we're top 15, 20 in the country and taking care of the ball. So that's something we just want to pride ourselves on, and I don't want to say take it as a given, but it's just something that we can kind of fall back on, and I feel like we have a lot of good decision-makers out there.
So obviously in a back-and-forth game like it was tonight, it takes like a level of leadership on the floor to kind of like propel the team to victory. You two kind of as like the older guys on this team, how do you just like motivate the guys and like play that role as the leader on the court?
I mean, I think all of the guys stepped up and have stepping up this whole season and being leaders. Specifically, Aiden in the starting lineup now. I'm so proud of the way he's grown throughout this whole season, vocally and leading by example. I think all of the guys do a good job of speaking up, holding guys accountable, and, like I said, making game-winning plays at the end of the game.
To add on to that, my right-hand man right here, he's shown me the way. He's been here for 5 years, and he's given me the freedom to speak my mind when the time comes, and I feel like I've done the same with him, and that's why we build our chemistry, just being our last year.
In that second half, you guys kept pushing back, getting it down to like a one-score game, but Kent kept pushing it back out. What ultimately led you guys getting over the hump, taking the lead, and then winning the game?
Knowing that if we got the lead, we had a pretty good chance of keeping it. We kept being adamant about that. We knew that they played better in ahead. I think a lot of teams do. But just knowing that if we got this lead, obviously we got the fans with us, I think we could have pulled it out.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Yes, sir, my guy. Yes, sir.
What an awesome crowd tonight. You know, I don't know the official title, the Latino, just phenomenal energy that they brought, and even the students in the crowd. When we took the lead late, you know, they were great. So I thought the energy from the start was awesome from the crowd. I told our guys after the game, thank you for picking me up with that technical foul. It's 2 games in a row. It can't happen, and it cost us at Toledo tonight. Thankfully, it didn't. And credit to their play. I thought the first half, it was all Kent State. Their toughness level, their energy level was better than ours. I think they had 8 or 9 offensive rebounds for 12 points off those rebounds. And, we just came in the second half, fortunate to be down 6. We were 5 for 15 from twos, missed a lot of layups, gave up offensive rebounds, turned the ball over. And, we just said we have to be the tougher team and play with more energy in the second half, and our guys did that. We ended up with 7 kills, which, kills 3 stops in a row. We had 2 in the first half, 5 total in the second half. So our activity defensively was way better in the second half. We had timely rebounds. I think we had 3 turnovers in the second half. They scored 0 points off of those turnovers, and I think they're number 1 in the league in forcing turnovers. So did a great job of taking care of the basketball. I thought A.J. Sheldon had some great energy plays, 50-50 balls, hustle plays. Miles Brown hit those 2 big shots. Aiden hit some big free throws. So just a great team win.
Eric Decker with the Athens Messenger. A lot of good tonight in the second half, but in that first half there, 6 lead changes. It seemed like every time you guys either got within 1 score, tied it up, they would immediately come right back and extend the lead. So just what wasn't going exactly right in that aspect?
Yeah, number 1, they're good defensively, and they're athletic, and they guarded us, different than they did in game 1, different than they normally do other teams. And a lot of that's based on, A.J. Clayton. So they kind of cross-switched where they put their 5 on Aiden Hadaway, put their 4 on A.J. Clayton. So, the pace and the movement, the ball, wasn't moving like we needed it to. So give them credit. And, like you mentioned, second half, it seemed like we had 3 after 3 in the air to kind of, tie it or get the lead. Missed 3 or 4 good looks. But like I told them, I said, once we get the lead, we're going to keep it. And, that second to last war, I think it was 7:32 mark, we're down 3, 47-50. Did a good job, I think, holding to 50 points for a while. Got the lead, made the free throws, and obviously the big shots, and got the rebounds we needed late.
I'll be working with the Post. Can you kind of take me through the last plays there where Miles Brown hit the 2 threes? Did you expect to get that sort of look, and how did you count on Miles Brown to make the shot?
Yeah, so, the way they guard, like I said, sometimes, when the 5-man's guarding on the perimeter, he's not normally used to guarding like that. They're normally, guarding ball screens and guarding post players. So the big thing for us in the second half was everything's got to be tough, strong in the paint, shot fake off of 2 feet, get to the free throw line, or kick it out because they collapse so heavy. And, we got to the paint a couple times. The swings. A.J. Sheldon had one to Miles in the corner, and obviously the last one at the top of the key. At Toledo, Miles had a point-blank wide open one to put us up late, missed it tonight. He stepped up, knocked him in. So, just proud of his effort.
Andrew Bowlby, WUB. I know A.J. Sheldon only had 5 points in this game, but he hit that huge 3, had a block, and then drew a charge all in that second half, late in the second half. Just what can you say about the momentum that he was generating for the team?
Yeah, his minutes were huge. A game like this when they're, so good, going after the rebound, those we call them 50-50 balls, right, where the ball's loose. He came up with some big ones, and he's a tough kid. He's always a threat to make a shot when he has it. High IQ, the hustle play in transition. Late in the game was big, like you mentioned. The charge was big, and he just made winning plays.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. So, Coach, earlier in the season, we've kind of heard you guys talk about this idea of being able to impact the game without scoring. Kind of in a low-scoring game tonight, how do you think you guys achieved that?
Well, the games we've lost, we haven't defended. You look at our numbers; they're astronomical. The Ball State, Arkansas State, Toledo. We weren't great, and coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a physical game. We knew we had to do a great job on their guards. They put a lot of pressure on you. Von Cameron Davis is a load. We knew he was going to take a lot of shots, and they were scoring a lot of one-on-one plays. Where their bigs would drive us and finish, and we knew late in the game Solinger was going to be the guy, and he hit that big three, in the right wing. But I thought we did a good job of defending, those last couple minutes.
Aiden Crowley, WAB. Coach, you mentioned the guard play for Kent State. You hold Santiago and Solinger in check for the most part, just 6 for 24 from the field. Talk a little bit about Miles and Sharif and the guards being able to sit down and defend and how crucial that was for you.
Yeah, like those guys defending all those ball screens and pin downs, and it's amazing they're all legal. Number one, they set 1 million of them. And for those guys to keep fighting over top of those things, that's very energy consuming. And to be able to do it in crunch time when you really need to, give those guys credit. And anytime you can, guard a screening action, whether it's a pin away or a ball screen, without having your big rotate, advantage our guards in our half-court defense, because you don't get spread out or spaced out. So, Reef and Miles and even, Jaylin late, Shelley, those guys did a really good job of fighting through those screens.
We asked this to the players, but it seems like in big moments you guys look to make the extra pass instead of the big shot. Just talk about the trust that you have in all 5 guys on the court to make that shot in a crucial moment.
Yeah, all year long our guys have done a great job of sharing the ball. And, game 1 up at Kent was probably the best, ball movement we had, just by the way they guard you. And, we always say the ball's got to have energy. And our guys trust each other. They all normally make the right play, and you just got to be ready to step up and knock the shot down. And once we got down inside the defense and broke them down, we were able to make that extra swing pass. Like I said, from Shelley to Miles, that was a big time play.
Obviously, there was a lot of weight on this game. 2 teams in the middle of the MAC, and a very emotional win. What can you guys take from this into the final couple of weeks of conference play?
Yeah, biggest thing is you want momentum heading in, and even from a tiebreaker standpoint, right? Going up 2-0. We beat Central. We only played them once. I think they're 3rd in the league right now. And every game matters. Everyone's fighting for that top 8 seed. For a chance to go to Cleveland. And our guys have done a great job all year of just really locking in on game by game basis. We had a big game at Northern Illinois. It'll be a tough road game for us. But I like our guys where they're at right now. Even the couple losses we had, they're locked in.
Coach Jaylin briefly talked about the guards kind of getting in on the rebounding. What was your view of how they did today in that respect, and especially the second half? It seemed like the rebounding was.
Yeah, second half was way better. They're so athletic, and their wings, and the way you have to defend their guards. Sometimes your big gets strung out, so now their big has a free run to the rim if a shot goes up. So you're counting on that weak side block out, and you got to scrap, you got to claw, you got to somehow find a way to get those rebounds. And in the first half, I think they had 8 offensive rebounds. 3 of those were team rebounds where it's tipped out of bounds and they get it. And even 5 of our defensive rebounds, right, where they tipped the ball and it went out of bounds. So we weren't getting those clean rebounds. And I thought in the second half we were getting the clean rebounds and able to transition, and had some big transition points. But our guards were big. We're not the biggest team, so we always talk about 5 guys gang rebound, and they made some big ones down the stretch. Good to see y'all. Have a great night.